The complete works of Swami Vivekananda, lecture delivered by Swami Vivekananda at Lahore in 1897, Part 8. So here is the way out. Take up the first objection, the metaphysical one, that substance and qualities are different. Says the Advaitist, they are not. There is no difference between substance and qualities. You know the old illustration, how the rope is taken for the snake. And when you see the snake, you do not see the rope at all, the rope has vanished. Dividing the thing into substance and quality is a metaphysical something in the brains of philosophers. For never can they be in effect outside. You see qualities if you are an ordinary man, and substance if you are a great yogi. But you never see both at the same time. So Buddhists, your quarrel about substance and qualities has been but a miscalculation which does not stand on fact. But if substance is unqualified, there can only be one. If you take qualities off from the soul and show that these qualities are in the mind only, superimposed upon the soul, then there can never be two souls, for it is a qualification that makes the difference between one soul and another. How do you know that one soul is different from the other? Owing to certain differentiating marks, certain qualities. And where qualities do not exist, how can there be differentiation? Therefore, they are not two souls, but there is but one. And your Paramatman is unnecessary. It is this very soul. That one is called Paramatman. That very one is called Jivatman, and so on. And you dualists, such as the Samkhyas and others, who say that the soul is Vibhu, omnipresent, how can you make two infinities? There can be only one. What else? This one is the one infinite Atman. Everything else is its manifestation. There the Buddhist stops. But there it does not end. The Advaitist position is not merely a weak one of criticism. The Advaitist criticizes others when they come too near him and just throws them away. That is all. But he propounds his own position. He is the only one that criticizes and does not stop with criticism and showing books. Here you are. You say the universe is a thing of continuous motion. In Vyashti, the finite, everything is moving. You are moving. The table is moving. Motion everywhere. It is samsara, continuous motion. It is jagat. Therefore, there cannot be an individuality in this jagat, because individuality means that which does not change. There cannot be any changeful individuality. It is a contradiction in terms. There is no such thing as individuality in this little world of ours, the jagat. Thought and feeling, mind and body, men and animals and plants are in a continuous state of flux. But suppose you take the universe as a unit whole. Can it change or move? Certainly not. Motion is possible in comparison with something which is a little less in motion or entirely motionless. The universe as a whole, therefore, is motionless, unchangeable. You are therefore an individual then, and then alone when you are the whole of it. When the realization of I am the universe comes. That is why the Vedantist says that so long as there are two, fear does not cease. It is only when one does not see another, does not feel another, when it is all one. Then alone fear ceases. Then alone death vanishes. Then alone samsara vanishes. Advaita teaches us, therefore, that man is individual in being universal and not in being particular. You are immortal only when you are the whole. You are fearless and deathless only when you are the universe. And then that which you call the universe is the same as that you call God, the same that you call existence, the same that you call the whole. It is the one undivided existence which is to be taken to the manifold world which we see. See also others who are in the same state as mind as we are. People who have done a little better karma and get a better state of mind. When they die, look upon it as Swarga and see Indras and so forth. People still higher will see it the very same thing as Brahmaloka. And the perfect ones will neither see the earth nor the heavens, nor any loka at all. The universe will have vanished and Brahman will be in its stead. Can we know this Brahman? I have told you of the painting of the infinite in the Samhita. Here we shall find another side shown, the infinite internal. That was the infinite of the muscles. Here we shall have the infinite of the thought. There the infinite was attempted to be painted in language positive. Here that language failed and the attempt has been made to paint it in the language negative. Here is this universe, and even that, it is Brahman. Can we know it? No, no. You must understand this one thing very clearly once again. Again and again this doubt will come to you. Is Brahman? How can we know it? By what can you, the knower, be known? How can the knower be known? The eyes see everything. Can they see themselves? They cannot. The very fact of knowledge is a degradation. Children of the Aryans, you must remember this, for herein lies a big story. All the Western temptations that came to you have their metaphysical basis on that one thing. There is nothing higher than sense knowledge. In the East we say, in our Vedas, that this knowledge is lower than that thing itself, because it is always a limitation. When you want to know a thing, it immediately becomes limited by your mind. They say, refer back to that instance of the oyster making a pearl and see how knowledge is limitation. Gathering a thing, bringing it into consciousness and not knowing it as a whole. This is true about all knowledge, and it can be less so about the infinite. Can you thus limit him who is the substance of all knowledge? Him who is the Sakshi, the witness, without whom you cannot have any knowledge? Him who has no qualities, who is the witness of the whole universe, the witness in our own souls. How can you know him? By what means can you bind him up? Everything, the whole universe, is such a false attempt. This infinite Atman is, as it were, trying to see his own face, and all, from the lowest animals to the highest of gods, are like so many mirrors to reflect himself in. And he is taking up still others, finding them insufficient until in the human body he comes to know that it is the finite of the finite. All is finite. There cannot be any expression of the infinite in the infinite. Then comes the retrograde march. And this is what is called renunciation, Vairagya. Back to the senses. Back. Do not go to the senses is the watchword of Vairagya. This is the watchword of all morality. This is the watchword of all well-being. For you must remember that with us the universe begins in tapasya, in renunciation, and as you go back and back, all the forms are being manifested before you, and they are left aside one after the other. until you remain what you really are. This is moksha or liberation.